So Hope has already used his re, and we are into game 1. There was a Defend the Wonder map first, and Hope read it, which is unfortunate because we love to see those. We're going to start this one off. Hope is playing as the Cumans. It looks like a pretty decent map for the Cumans, actually. Just a standard land map if he get that second TC up and cooking somewhere. Couple cows on this map. 182, 125, 125, 125. The boar has 550 on it. This boar has 170. Our gollies have 184. Some more cows over here as well. And then we've got a few foxes and some random cows. Oh, panda alert. Don't do that. Don't jump. He's gone. So there's a bit of extra food hanging around. And the boars, I think, it just basically averages out to standard boar meat at this point. They both start with an eagle. They have plenty of outposts, so they should get good vision. Turks for Mihai, Cumans for Hope. Now, will Mihai let him get away with that second TC is the question. Because Mihai can be super, super aggressive. You could also, from Mihai's perspective...
Points for
thank you, Puppy Saturation. But don't redeem any weeb emotes. That's kind of lame. So, from Mihai's perspective, he could let Hope go second TC and then, like, go to Stone and try and get a forward castle or something with Turks. That could be a play. Could play in the Janissaries, right? But if I know Mihai, he's likely going to try and go for a feudal pressure. He's going to try and harass his opponent. And then hopefully just win the game in feudal. What's that fancy house they start with? I think this is like a commander tent or something. Greek commander tent. Oh, man, I know my stuff. I know my stuff. How much food is on the berries? 133, so slightly more than normal. Hope is taking this boar. There's not much food on that one. There's a lot of food on this one, though, so he's going to bring this in. And there's a lot of food on the cows, too. At least the ones he started with. He's bringing in some more over here, too. How many relics on this map? 1, 2, 3, 4 relics. If Mihai takes map control, which I think he will, there is an opportunity. Don't jump! There is an opportunity for him to snag all these relics. And, of course, standard victory should be on. Although, we'll see if they actually enabled it. Barracks coming up from Mihai. So, it is going to be feudal age pressure for him. Eagle just pushing in these Argali. 184 from each of these is just so nice. More food on this than there was in that first boar that they both brought in. Dave, hope you're having a great day. I am having a great day. Well, my day just began, so hopefully I continue to have a good day. All right, walls coming up here from Hope. He went for the lumber camp and the mill. And he's going to click up soon. So really, really nice here from him to start off with. He still has some food available as well. And feudal age is on the way. So he'll probably send a few more villagers to wood. Start getting that wood ready for the next TC. And he's got to start planning on where he wants to put that TC. You could put it right here on the gold. You could put it over here, maybe. You can't really fit it onto a food source anywhere. Maybe here, but that's really aggressive when Mihai is going to be coming forward. And Mihai running into wolves. Mihai actually went for the militia, so he went for the drush. He does not have feudal age in the queue yet. And he's going for the full wall. So this might be a good old-fashioned drush FC. Maybe. And he runs into another bear. That's super frustrating. And Hope is going to go for the walls. Will Hope get these walls in time? I mean, he'll see this coming in pretty early because of the outposts. Could go for another wall here to block this stuff off. Mihai coming in. He sees the walls going up. Now he sees the barracks within range of the TC, though. And the militia are going over this way. Hope. Gotta tap faster than that, bro. Oh, the gate comes up just on time. Sick gate there from Hope. He does not have enough wood for the second town center, but he's making a barracks, so he's probably going to go into an archer range to fight this off, and then he can slowly make his way into that second TC. I think the fact that Mihai is going Drush FC, like Drush Fast Castle, is going to catch him off guard a little bit, because Mihai usually goes for men-at-arms into archers, right? Feudal Age is just now on the way for Mihai. Hope is heavily housed, and he is forced to go for Town Watch, which isn't that bad when you have this many outposts. There's the second town center for him now. That was such a close gate. Holy cow. Can Mihai get in here? Oh. Hope just scouting this area now. Mihai's eco looking good. He isn't even forced to place any farms yet. He got good scouting. He got the cows in. There was plenty of food available. And this is going to be a really, really smooth Drush Fast Castle. And he's going to the stone as well. Looks like they started with a little bit of extra stone, right? They started with, what, 100 extra, or 91 extra stone? So that actually helps quite a bit with the castle build-up. Drush into Janissaries. Market stable now for Mihai. That's good. He could get some light cav out. Remember, Turks get the light cav upgrade for free. He could control the map. Go for Janissaries. Grab the relics as well. There's only 4 here, and standard victory should be on. Although, it is very Arabia scouting mindset here for Mihai. So he's going to scout over here now with the Eagle. We'll look at Hope scouting. He's checking the corners of the map, kind of. He's checking Mihai's base now. Mihai scouting just now. Looking over towards the edge to find out that it's fully wooded on that side. He's going to be able to get away with a forward castle, and I think Hope knows that that's a risk, right? He saw the late feudal age time from Mihai. He's going to know that it's a castle age coming in. He knows with the Turks, the forward castle is a risk. And I don't know if he spotted Mihai on stone. So he needs to go for the archer range. He needs to try and make something to stop this castle from going up right here. Or right here. Can we get a gold check? Plenty of gold. Lots of gold. Sick amounts of gold. Hope is dead. Let's see what you did there. There's always hope. Seven villagers forward. Scouts coming out. There's no way he denies this castle. He can place a tower because of the extra stone they started with. The spearmen are coming out now. He knows the villagers are going to be coming forward from Mihai. That's the thing, right? He knows they're coming forward, and Mihai skirts the edges here. Hope can't see it. He saw the villagers with the eagle, and he caught a glimpse. He caught a glimpse of the villagers over here. He's pulling all of his vills back. Mihai is going after the gold. Mihai only has 7 villagers. Light cav upgrade is in. No loom yet for him. It just comes in now. And fletching is on the way for Hope, and Hope is sending the archers out. Hope might be able to deny this, guys. Hope might be able to... he's going to deny this. Great response from Hope. He is not screwing around. He went for the archer range. He's going for fletching. He sends the villagers. There's not enough light cav here for Mihai. The tower is going to go up. Mihai now going for a fucking tower himself. Huh? Mihai, not the start that he wanted here in this game. And now he's up against Cumans with a severe villager deficit. Forced to delete the castle. And what do you do from this position? What a denial there from Hope. Mihai trying to place that castle with no support whatsoever. The military was back here being dealt with. Hope went for spearmen, he went for archers, and that's got to feel good, dude. What a great play from Hope. He knew because of his scouting the castle was coming forward. Then he kept his eagle in the middle. He saw the villagers coming forward, and he just pulled the barn. Everything. 24 villagers for Mihai. He can go for a castle, but it's going to have to be defensive, and that's just really rough. Maybe he can grab the relics. Maybe he can start the countdown. But Mihai's eco is so much better. 49 villagers against 25. Wall the mid. Can't wall here. Hope's got map control now. I don't think Hope can deny this one. It's too far along. It's 8 villagers building it. He backs away. And he's just going to hold this center area. Hope could wall this area. I mean, it's only palisade walls with Cumans, but it'll keep him out for a little while. And he's going for the market because he has 1,000 gold in the bank. His eco did kind of take a hit by all that idle time. And he doesn't have a lot of farms right now. He's going to try and balance it out with the market. 28 villagers here for Mihai. Doesn't have the wood upgrade. Only the farm upgrade for him. And he's trying to produce janissaries and villagers now. And it's just going to be tough. What is this macro for 2K3 player? Well, I mean, he did pull 20 villagers to deny a castle, so. You know. Thanks for the clarification. Yeah, if he had just done that undisturbed, then we'd having some problems. But it got a little hectic there for a bit, and now he's just trying to balance a little bit. He still needs more farms. All right, Mihai coming forward, blacksmith. So he wants a siege workshop. I don't think he has a blacksmith at home. He doesn't, and he goes for the monastery instead. Okay, he's going to try and grab the relics. 6 janissaries now. 7 janissaries for Mihai. It's a very powerful unit, but not a very powerful economy behind. Now it's almost 2k res collected ahead for Hope. And he's got a lot of archers too. Just keep making archers. Get the crossbow upgrade, but get Bodkin. You can get a university up with ballistics, and then you start cooking the janissaries for sure. And if you're in Mihai's position, like you need some monks, you need some siege, you need a second castle maybe. I don't think adding extra town centers, it makes much sense unless you get some pretty good damage. Mihai's still got a solid chance because he's got a very good unit in the janissaries here. I love this wall from Hope that he made earlier. It just secures the gold. He can sit behind that with his crossbows. He's got 12 of them. Mihai going for the siege workshop now. He's trying to grab the relics. There's only 4 on the map. So there's one over here he can grab. He's grabbing this one right now. There's one over here. And it is standard victory. So he could start the countdown. If he does start the countdown, fucking keep it in there. Don't spend time pulling them back to your base. If Hope can kill that one, he can kill the one in your base. $11 janissaries. They feel so much worse now than they used to. They used to have 8 range, and now they only have 7. Still a very powerful unit, but... And now Mihai knows that ballistics is in for Hope. And Mihai's gonna, Mihai's gonna micro his ass off against this. Oh, wow. What micro here from Mihai. Oh, he's gaming, guys. He's absolutely gaming right now. Let's go. Monk is coming out for this relic. He's already brought 2 in. If he explores over here, he'll start the countdown. And here comes the mangonel. Is there a stone available for Hope? There is no stone available. It's all out here. That's going to be a problem for him. 66 villagers against 41, but Mihai holds a really solid position. And it's extremely awkward here if Mihai is just going to dodge around every single shot from these crossbows. It's extremely awkward for Hope to try and clear up this army. He's going to have to get out in the open, which he's done. But now there's a mangonel on either side, and then the Janissaries over here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He needs to find a way to take advantage of this superior eco. And without stone, it's a little difficult, right? Mihai still doesn't know about this relic. Hope is looping around this way. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's gone. We lost him. Hello, Buttholio. Good morning. Mihai is back on stone again. Actually, he's been on stone with 2 for a while. Slowly building his way up to another castle. 3 mangonels and the Janissaries his focus right now. And Hope has a second mangonel on the way himself. He's got a decent amount of crossbows here in the TC. Janissaries still ranging the TC. And now Hope is trying to cut off the reinforcements from Mihai. 1 Janissary going down. Mangonel's coming forward. Once again, a very awkward position for Hope to try and hold. So he has to come out this way. And he's trying to come in here around the castle. Crossbows going down. Villager going down. Redemption is in for Mihai. Wow, Mihai. He was so far behind. So far behind. Does lose a villager over here, but not much more. And here comes the Scorpion as well to try and deal with these crossbows. Such a difficult position for Hope. He cannot take advantage of this better economy. He's just got villagers in the queue right now. 80 villagers against 47. You should be able to win from this position. But how is the question? How do you use the resources? What are you making against this army? And how are you going to micro with all this shit in the way? Guard tower? I guess he's on stone now. He snuck out to stone. That's sick. Okay. If he gets a castle up, he can do it. I thought he was never going to get access to stone. He found it over here. Good job cutting off the reinforcements over here. 2 less Janissaries to deal with. Forward. More towers coming up from Hope. Might get the guard tower tech as well. Resources looking fantastic for him. And takes out one of the monks. Man, Mihai is just not letting up on this pressure at all. How much damage has that TC taken? 6,300. Monk going for the conversion. Monk goes down. Mangonel looking for the shot. Doesn't find it. But Janissary's dying to the TC. Hope is holding. Hope lives again, maybe. There's always hope. Humans don't have guard tower? Do they not? Oh, interesting. So they're one of, what? 3 civs without guard tower? Huns, Goths, and Cumans? So Cumans have the worst towers in the game then.
Dave, I got a nat. Please fix that. Thanks.
You just fixed it. Thank you, Lovesock. Castle going up from Hope. He's going to lose this TC. He's forced to retreat with the crossbows. His gold pile, main gold pile is right here. Maybe he could sell wood. Maybe he could sell some food. He could click up to Imp from this TC and... bop. He's on the way to Imperial Age. But Imperial Age for what is the question? Imp for what? Mihai still doesn't know about this relic. Like, Mihai could have won the game already. If he had that relic. Kip checks being produced now. Imp for no reason. Well, Imp feels natural, right? He had the resources. 54 villagers for Mihai. He's now adding TCs. Like I said, it didn't make sense until he did significant damage, and he has done significant damage. Even though he hasn't killed a ton of villagers, he knows how much he's idled hope. He knows how much he's forced hope to invest in defense. And there's another tower from hope. Mihai's going to run away from the double tower stack. 82 villagers for him. 56 villagers for Mihai. Running into the tower now with some Janissaries. So he's losing some Janissary mass on this side. The monks have gotten really good value from those. Or from healing these Janissaries. Look at how much damage these have taken. 393 damage. The monks have healed up. Where's the last relic? It's over here. And Mihai has no idea that it's over there. He should go for some outposts over here at some point. Like, if he had taken that, Hope is having enough trouble just staying alive, right? If he had taken that relic and forced a countdown, it would get very, very dicey. Hope has managed to sneak out 2 TCs over here, though. Scouting, definitely an issue for Mihai. If he had just had 1 unit over on the sides, he potentially could have stopped that expansion. Imperial Age comes in now for Hope. Mangonel gets converted. One of the monks goes down. Some of the Janissaries go down. The guard tower is gone. Or, sorry, watchtower. And now Hope has no access to gold except for this one. And that's not a lot of gold at all. Holy cow, that's not a lot of gold. That's 912 gold. Yikes. Not a lot at all. Kipchak's now roaming around. Going to try and keep cutting off the resources or the reinforcements. 68 villagers now for Mihai. He's slowly thinning the gap there in villager count. Res collected, 7k ahead. Another monk goes down. So that's 2 monks dead. Hope is housed again. No surprises because he's lost so many. It wasn't me who set up this tournament, TJ. It was Zetnus and Tree. Our admins. They secured the funding and everything. Basically, they just used my name. And they said, we're getting Dave. And Nilly was like, I don't know about that guy. Okay, Kipchaks have chemistry. Kipchaks could provide some value here. Just clear up the Janissary army, and then you start pushing across. But look at this. Mihai's an imp now. And I think Mihai wants to go for Cav Archers. And the Turks should have a better late-game composition than the Cumans. And there's still, like, so much recovery that needs to be done from Hope, right? It was, honestly, an insane push from Mihai. An equally impressive hold from Hope, especially denying the castle early. But now he's in recovery mode. And Mihai is in transition mode to a pretty devastating late-game composition. I'd love to see him move these relics back if possible. Still hasn't seen this relic over here, but he sees another gold, so he might come out for that. Janissary army finally gonna get cleared, maybe? Villagers still going down. Sipahi coming in, so it's Cav Archers for sure for Mihai. And how much stone is on this map? There's 12k stone, so he could even go Bombard Towers. Bombard Tower Cav Archer combination. Like, there's 5.2 on his side of the map. Well, once we get rid of this. How much in this pile? 4.3. So, yeah, he could go Bombard Towers. He's looking for that final relic. It's over here. What does Sipahi do? It gives extra HP to the Turk Cav Archers. Gives them 20 extra HP. So it's basically like Bloodlines again, right? He needs to think about moving these relics back. He's a little exposed there.
Fuck you all. Your lives are so sad. I get a charity tax break just for...
Hey, we're in the late game. We're in post-imp. Who thought this would go post-imp after that castle denial early? I thought this game would be over 20 minutes ago. It should be Kipchek, Cav Archer, and then Hussar in front of the Kipchek, I suppose, and then maybe Hussar in front of the Cav Archer. Kipchek, Hussar feels okay. Elite Kipchek now on the way. Castle now coming up. Still has not seen the relic. It's like he's scouting everywhere else but this. He's got outposts all the way over here. Please, brother. Look here. He's scouted all of Hope's base, too. He's got to know that Hope doesn't have a relic. And now he's scouting the TCs over on this side as Hope is running out of this gold. Hope needs access to this gold right here. And this gold up here. There's actually a very limited amount of gold left on Hope's side. Guess there's a little bit back here. 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 And then whatever is left there. So 7,000. Leak check coming out this way. Basically fully upgraded, I think. Missing Parthian tactics. And you can see, like, the Turk Cav Archers just tank so much damage. The Kipchaks are really struggling to kill them. Even when outnumbering significantly. Great scouting, Mihai. I guess he just doesn't want the onager cut to happen. He still hasn't seen this. Oh my god, bro. Okay, Kipchek's being masked up. There's the final armor upgrade for the Cav. Hope's going to back away. He just wants to buy enough time to get this castle up. Then he can take this gold. There's not a ton of gold there. Stables being set up as well from him. Stables being set up from Mihai. So it's going to be heavy CA versus elite Kipchek. And then both players will have Hussar in front. Bombard cannons also coming out here from Mihai. Mihai has 2,000 gold collected from the relics already. Dude, you need to mass this up, brother. You can't be fighting in equal numbers against these CA. They're going to absolutely destroy you. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. They just have way too much HP. The Kipcheks are dying like flies. Hussar finally coming out. Another castle forward, though, from Mihai, and that's going to lock down this whole position. He's got the hills there. He's got the stone there. He's got control over this gold. Mihai? Like, how much, like, dude, every time you think he's going to find it, he's going to scout all the way over here, and it's just going to be one little tiny tile with this relic on it. Look at this scouting. That's where the relic is. He's got 3 sides of that relic locked down. Is Step Husbandry in for Hope? Step Husbandry is not in. God, this will be a tough one. Mihai's got the choke points set up with the houses. The Hussar just rolling in here from Hope. He's not really producing kip checks either. He's just going full Hussar. And now the waypoints on the TCs have been fucked up from Hope. So he's sending villagers into the castle. He's going to figure that out. He's going to go for another castle back here. Army count 44 for Mihai. 146 villagers now. What a recovery from him in this game after the early castle denial. It was looking so good for Hope. And the game could have been over 20 minutes ago for Mihai as well if he had picked up that relic. Would have started the countdown. Artillery even on the way from Mihai. Hussar about to be fully upgraded once Blast Furnace comes in. Doesn't make a difference, though. Don't think so. Don't think so. Kip checks are being masked again. Hope once again. Running out of gold. There's 1,600 there. There's a bit of gold up here. There's 1,300 up there. Mihai goes for another castle. So no bombard towers. It's just a line of castles down the center. Hope should have made like having Castle Age against the push. Against Janissaries? I don't think so. That would have just been free kills. This is so over now. Yep. Mihai's got the much better civ. He's made a full recovery. He's got plenty of access to gold and stone. The waypoint is still sending villagers in. They are going right into the heat of battle, dude. Every villager he produces, this guy's going to die. There's going to be another one that comes out. Right into battle. Oh, no. He set the waypoint somewhere else. Nice. Hoarding's coming in for Mihai to make his castles even tougher to take out. And there's no siege here either from Hope. Hope just has to mass up military and then go for the trips once he's pop capped. And he is pop capped now. Even this full massive kip checks can't one-shot a cav archer, can't one-shot a hussar. Doesn't even two-shot a hussar. I don't know. Another villager running into a castle. Another villager running into a castle. All of the villagers he's making running into castles. Can't even judge him that hard on that because it happens to everybody. It's so frustrating. One misclick when you select the TC, you set the waypoint there, and it's so hard when you're trying to focus on everything else to pay attention to something like that. He's full pop capped. He's at 200 population. But it feels like it's inevitable. Bombard cannons are shooting from Narnia with artillery. Kip checks are now coming out this way. Trying to shift his angle of attack. He's got a decent amount of them. They're tickling the cav archers, which is cute. And now he comes in for the bombard cannons. He doesn't even get one. He doesn't even get one. Mihai is farming these units. He's got 109 kills. Now 111 kills with these cav archers. And Hope just lost 30 population on that fight. He's going for trebs now. He's going to try and push this back. Architecture on the way for Mihai. Fortified walls on the way for Mihai. He's gating up his bombard cannons. Goes for the quick wall with the house, and Hope can't even get close to this. He finally does kill one, but it's only one. He calls the GG at 178 population. What a first game for Mihai. What a recovery. Credit to Mihai for not just resigning after that castle went down. We go back in time, and if we look at that castle attempt, I mean, this was bad, dude. This was bad. He got denied off the castle and a tower, so bye-bye stone. And then when it's all said and done here, he's at 23 villagers against 45. 23 vills against 45. That's insane. With 5 on food, 1 farm. He did have a ton of wood in the bank, which is nice. So that meant he could go for the monastery and the siege workshop and everything, but holy cow. That's a huge throw from Hope. Well, I prefer to look at it as a great comeback from Mihai. I don't like to consider things like throws, especially when the other player plays so well. And like, Hope did such a good job to deny that castle in the first place, and he went into the archers, which is the correct play against the Janissaries, and went crossbow. Just Mihai played really, really well. Oh, man. 23 vills. Damn, dude. Okay. 2 really good civs coming in the next game, and Hope has already used his re. We have Malay from Mihai. We have Portuguese from Hope. So let's take a look at what type of map it's going to be. It's a weird one for sure. We've got the sea walls, which we've seen so many times. Very, very common on these generations. Then you have a Huskarl to start out with. Looks like there's a little bit of fish on this outside edge. And I think you can sail all the way around this. And then you have these like wood lines that they're up against. You can see Mihai doesn't have a direct path to the water. I don't know if you really want to dock this area with only shore fish on the outside, even though they do have 340 on each of them. I guess with Malay it makes sense. I think you might be able to dock block certain parts of this, maybe. Maybe not. I think you can only dock this color of shoreline, not this sand. So dock blocking here doesn't feel possible. Also, it does continue into the center of the map somewhat. This sand terrain that you can sail over. In the west corner is deep fish. Ooh, there is deep fish here. I don't know if anyone's going to find that, though. Lots of snow leopards coming after this Huskarl. And Hope is going to have to go heal that up. Mihai busy pushing in the Argali. That boar had 400 food on it. We got some chickens around here. The berries have 153. Overall, not a ton of food available. Mihai's pushing those from very far away. The other boar is 259, so that's not a lot. Early advantage here for the map setup from Hope because he has access to the water on the outside. But like I said, it's not a ton of fish out here. It's enough to dock for sure. HyperRandom can spawn oysters. Yeah, that's a pretty new update from Zetnus. It can spawn them. Stone count 627 on each, so that's a lot. Gold count, there's 7,700 on that pile alone. The other golds are pretty far away, though. Like, if you lose access to that gold in the middle of your base... If Mihai loses access to this side of his base, where does he go for gold? He can't go anywhere, basically. Oh, they start with 2 Huskarls. Okay. I didn't realize that. I didn't even look up at the numbers at the top. I was just tracking the units. Oh, don't kill it. Mihai. Rude. In terms of relic count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 relics. Lot of relics on this map. Portuguese and Malay, both pretty good civs. I don't know which one I would favor. There are extra berries as well here. Like, you can see a lot of extra berries up there, which might benefit the Portuguese. But when you start with 2 Huskarls, you don't really want to leave your base at all. Like, you don't want to stretch out for any of these resources. It's a huge gamble. And, like, even if you go up for the dock here, if you can't wall this off, which you might be able to the edge of the map with the beach terrain, but if you can't secure your dock, that he'll just kill it. So, I think there's an argument for, like, never leaving your base. Militia coming out from Mihai? Against 2 Huskarls? I mean, I know he has 2 himself, but I don't know if a Drush or Men-at-Arms push will do that well. 1 is theoretically enough for Relic victory, although I don't think... there'll never be a 0 Relic map in HyperRandom, and I think Zetnus has coded it so that there's always more than 1. There was a Bazzi random, though, that I was watching on one of John Slow's tournaments, where there was like a super choke pointy map, completely surrounded by forests, and there was 1 relic in the middle. And then we had 3, I forget who was playing, but we had 3 separate onager cut desperation pushes to deny the relic countdown from the other player. And he denied it like 3 times. He cut from every angle to get Trebs in to snipe the monastery. Do Men-at-Arms have bonus damage against Huskarl? I don't know. I mean, Huskarl are shock infantry, right? I don't think they are. Okay, if they're not, then they don't have a bonus against them. If they are, then they do have +2 against them. Okay, Mihai is in Feudal Age. He gets the armor for free, so his Huskarls are going to be better. The Huskarls start is really quite good for the Malay, and Hope is still running into Wildlife. Archer range follow-up now from Mihai, as Mihai tries to take some HP away from this Huskarl. This looks like a pretty decent push, Bruin, here for Mihai. Hope is going to have to respond to this. What does he do? What does he do? That Seagate only has 400 HP. He's still running into problems with Wildlife again. And Loom is coming in for Hope. The Archer is in.
Dave DA, Daddy Dave, gang, bra.
How did the Archer get in? We don't know, but it is. And the Huskarl died? I'm so confused. I want to rewind on this. Another villager goes down. Really good push brewing here from Mihai. Another villager's gonna die to the Wildlife. Oh no, dude, these things are killing. These things are absolutely nuking the eco from Hope. And it feels like there's no hope now. Mihai is controlling the gold. He's controlling the stone. Snow leopards coming in from the middle of nowhere on the side. He dragged them into his base, and they absolutely killed everything. I don't think he was expecting this level of pressure, especially when you start with 2 Huskarls. When you start with really powerful units like that, the inclination is to just go Castle Age, because Feudal Age pressure shouldn't work, right? But with Malay, Mihai knows that he's going to get the armor upgrades for free. He knows he's probably going to be up faster. And he knows that he's got 2 Huskarls himself to counter the Huskarls from his opponent. I thought he brought the leopards on purpose to hit the army. That might be why he deleted the Huskarl there. But it doesn't make sense to delete that Huskarl when you're about to attack an archer. I don't fucking know. I don't know what Hope is thinking, dude. I was wondering how that thing died. It would make sense if he deleted it. He's going to try and go up to Castle Age somehow. Mihai. Just cooking away on his base. No horse collar, but he doesn't care. Working away on the market with the Huskarl. They do have bonus damage against buildings. So that should go down relatively fast. Also, Arson came in for Mihai. And Hope clicks up. For what? Don't know. What does he do with Castle Age? Has to go for a monastery. Monastery Siege Workshop. That's it. But he's going to spend all of his wood repairing this freaking market. And now Mihai pulls the archers across and the villagers can't repair anymore. So he's not going to have a market, which means he's not going to have gold, which means he can't make the monks and he can't make the siege. And I don't think he's got space to add another market either. Maybe like right here. But then if he adds a market there, where does he make the freaking monastery, the siege workshop? And all of these things are going through his head as he loses the game. Let's go back and look at that sequence there. So this came in. He did delete it. So he did delete it. I want to see how that archer gets in as well. They opened the chain. They opened the chain and the archer walked right in. And these guys were hard committed onto the gate. Okay, so this dude comes in. 14 HP. Could easily kill the archer. But Hope is like, nah. And these completely ignore the archer from Mihai. And they go after the villager. There's no way, dude. They completely ignore the archer and go after the villager. He could have two-shot that archer with the Huskarl. There's no way, bro. And they're still attacking the vills. This dude dies to the leper. I can't. So unnecessary. So unnecessary deleting that. I mean, this is the saddest timeline ever, too. Like, the wildlife killed more units than Mihai did. Look at this KD. 1 and 3, 1 and 1. Holy cow. That's so funny. I wonder why the wildlife didn't aggro onto the archer there. They're more inclined to go after the villagers? I don't know. Either way, the wildlife kind of screwed him over a little bit. Remember, Hope does not have a re. So if he gets a map or a civ matchup he doesn't like, he can't re it. He's already used it. He used it on the Defend the Wonder on the very first map. Why he did that? Don't know. And now he's got a very unfortunate civ matchup. Celts versus Spanish on a walled map. We do have an incendiary raft. We do have a longsword start. So both players will see the full extent of the fish with scouting from this raft. Let's hope Hope comes over to the corner because there is a lot of fish over here. Although it's pretty far away. It probably makes more sense to start with a dock over here to get the fish that's close. And then eventually you can go and fish over on this side. Fish are a little bit closer over here for Mihai if he gets over there. The rafts just cancel each other out. I think both players are going to be pretty relieved with that. However, Mihai has seen... Mihai didn't even move his raft. He didn't even realize he had it. He must be super confused what happened over there. You could also dock the center area. Ooh. Center area might be smarter. Has oysters and fish. Although walkable terrain on this side with the longsword is a bit risky. Mihai has seen the deep fish over here. So he knows he could dock over there. Let's take a look at Hope's line of sight. Hope can see this stuff over here. And he's going to go out for a dock on this side, maybe? Not doing it. I'm surprised. Running into more wildlife. Where's Mihai's longsword? It's over here. Mihai will go for the dock for it. Oh, Hope, don't, no. Is he going to delete walls and then Mihai's going to be like right here at the perfect moment? I don't know what Hope is. Too late, buddy. Too late, brother. Of all the places they could have docked, there is so much area they could have docked on this map. So much. They both decided to dock in the same spot. And the longsword is here from Hope. The longsword has to go all the way around from Mihai. That's a rough one. Oh, that's a real rough one. She fought for her life, though. Boar says, not on my watch. Oh, man. It should... Should we just... Should we just do that? Like... Holy cow, dude. And it's O2? Yeah, because Mihai exploded first with the... that sounds weird, but he exploded first with the raft. Longsword is finally over here from Mihai, and he has more HP. And this is not a good start for Hope, especially against Spanish. If the Spanish ever get into the conks... Celts are going to be in a bad position. Mihai actually goes up to Feudal H. So he's interested in maybe some water pressure or something like that. Hope's going to see the longsword over here. And now he's going to try and take this fish. All the places they could have fished on this map. All of these, the plethora of shorelines and everything they could have fished on this map. And they decided to dock right next to each other. Dang. What's up with this island up here? That's a nice little generation. What's this? Chickens? Not a lot of food on those chickens, that's for sure. Militia now coming out from Hope. So he's going to go for men-at-arms, potentially, to push this. But we'll have the dock here from Mihai, and if he gets Navy in this area, he just controls all of that pressure from Hope. He controls the water channel. Hope's trying to take the hill and get some good hits against Mihai, but Mihai now, longsword still has 14 HP. I don't know, dude. Feudal Age is still 40 seconds away for Hope. Mihai goes for fires because, of course, he does. Why wouldn't he? And he also goes for another dock over here. That's really nice. He looped a villager all the way around. And now he can take the oysters or he can take the fish here. There's plenty of fish. There's plenty of oysters. He shifts his fishing chips back this way because he's nervous about the dock and the militia from Hope. And the men-at-arms upgrade is now coming in. He did manage to get across without being accosted by the Navy. And he is going to put some pressure on Mihai's base. So Mihai needs to defend against this. Spanish archers. Let's go. There's 767 on each oyster. There's 50k gold in this pond. Holy cow. 50k. I don't think this game is going to go that long where that's actually going to matter. I think Mihai's in a really good position right now, but still, that's a lot of resources. Can you get that gold? Yeah, you can fish it. So it actually comes in faster than standard gold miners, and the game is speeding up. We know what that means. Arson coming in from Hope. We know what that means. There's no hope left. Mihai winning that one 3-0. Very solid first game. Funny second game. Unfortunate third. And Mihai takes the victory there, 3-2-0.